I love Bigfoot research. It is my passion. It is my drive. It is basically the reason why I get up in the morning. I love to be in the forest looking for subtle clues of the elusive Bigfoot. When I had my first encounter, I knew I had to find out and learn more about the Bigfoot. I had to get in better shape because I was well overweight, and I've lost a lot of pounds, about 70 pounds. And it gave me a purpose to live. When I first started out, I knew nothing about Bigfoot, and the only equipment I owned was a Panasonic 8mm video camera, which had a black and white viewfinder. It made things difficult to pick things out in a black and white viewfinder. When I started out, I decided that I really needed to document everything I could, both good and bad. And then later I figured out that I needed to start sharing this stuff. And so instead of just sharing the good, I decided that I really wanted to show the good and the bad, my successes and my failures. I wanted to show that there was more to Bigfoot research than going on a camping trip with a camera. I did my homework. I actually worked with several well-known Bigfoot hunters and researchers. I learned from each of them what to do and what not to do. I learned that there are probably more theories about Bigfoot than there are Bigfoot themselves. Some of the theories just didn't make sense. There had to be more to it than just a large ape roaming the earth or North America. It didn't really take me too long to decide that I was going to be a no-kill, no-harm researcher, especially after seeing my first Bigfoot. I would probably be one of those hunters that has a Bigfoot in my sights and ready to pull the trigger and then just can't do it because it just wasn't the right thing to do. Of course, I was an avid hunter. I did hunt and fish all my life. I am the grandson of a fur trapper, and that's how we made our living. But I won't kill a Bigfoot unless it's self-defense or in the defense of another. I could see the difference between Bigfoot hunters and Bigfoot researchers. Bigfoot hunters essentially wanted to get out there and capture or kill a Bigfoot for fame, glory, and money. That's what it boils down to. But a Bigfoot researcher wants to go beyond that. They want to know about the social structures, the longevity, the diets, everything there is to know about a Bigfoot. Because there were so many new theories out there, and a lot of them just didn't make sense. There was the gigantic Pithecus theory, there was the hybrid human theory, there was this and that and the other. So I decided that I needed to basically quit looking at other people's works and opinions and go find out for myself. And this is one reason why I do not peruse the social media or watch other people's videos to develop my own theories. And I do not like to pass judgment on other people's work. All I can say is that what I have been seeing or what I have not been seeing, okay? And that is all pretty much localized to Arizona. I mean, I have been all over the United States searching for Bigfoot. I've been to Florida green swamps. I've been to Montana. I've been to New Mexico and all of the states in between. Okay. And what I've learned is you don't have to chase them. You don't have to bounce all over the world or all over the U.S. to go find a Bigfoot. What you need to do is go about it smartly. Now, I'm not a perfect person. I make mistakes. And this is also true about my opinions and my theories. I revise both as I learn more. However, I try to think outside of the box. I do not intend to prove Bigfoot's existence because I already know they exist. Why waste time and effort trying to convince skeptics that wouldn't believe it if you dropped a body right in front of them? So I already know they exist, so I do not encumber myself with the proof dilemma. So many Bigfoot hunters and some researchers seem to get stuck on it. I can look into the future and try to gain more knowledge. What I mean is, I can play Sherlock Holmes and try to deduce tidbits of information about the Sasquatch. I'm not so worried about the physical evidence of proof. In other words, I don't have to worry about trying to find a minuscule hair or dig up the scat and bag it and stuff like that, because I've already done that. To me, I proved to myself that they exist. So why should I go about trying to convince skeptics of the world that they exist when they do not wish to do so? Look at it this way. When Bigfoot is proven to exist, what then? Most Bigfoot hunters' mission to obtain the glory and fame is over. And what do they really know about the Bigfoot? Okay. Will they have collected any information? Well, they might be able to tell you where some are at or something like that, but they really know nothing about them. Have they collected data that will go to help in intensive study of the Bigfoot? That will soon follow the proof of existence? Did they share it or hoard it? Did the researchers build any observational databases? Did they share it or hoard it? My goal is to share as much information as possible and keep the Bigfoot safe from Bigfoot hunters and those that would do them harm. This is why I post and publish so much. I hope that those who study my findings can pick up on what I have found and help me with an extra set of eyes to find more data or more information that I have missed. Yes, I'm not perfect and I make mistakes, but I am out there looking and observing. Am I in it for the money? This does make me laugh because it's kind of a catch-22. No, I'm not looking to make money for myself. However, research costs money for equipment, travel, supplies, and etc. It is necessary to do a certain amount of funding, and this is like pulling teeth when it comes to Sasquatch research. Some seem to think I have oodles of money stockpiled, and again, this makes me chuckle. This is one of the worst paying jobs I've ever had. It does not even come close to minimum wage. I have looked at various ways to keep the trips to the mountains and doing the research going. One option is to organize like the BFRO, to charge dues and fees, but I decided not to do that. I want to do the research, and I want to do it in an unobtrusive manner and not spend all of my time running an organization or business. Now, if I was in it for the money, that's what I would do, is I would run an organization and business and make money. Another way was to sell books, t-shirts, DVDs, etc., which I do that now. However, this is not as lucrative as most would think. It buys gas for one trip to the hot zone. So basically, everything I sell in a month goes into a trip to the hot zone. For a time, I looked at the entertainment industry for funding because there are no universities or government grants for funding. I decided to cut out the professional producers out of the equation and do my own filming this spring to guarantee site security. Yes, there will be marketing, but it will be on the footage that I shoot, and no entertainment producers will be on the site. So therefore, I don't have to worry about giving away my locations to any person that may want to bag a Bigfoot. Then there's the lectures and the presentations. Yes, during the summertime, I present my findings to several educational forums. I also write articles online and so forth, trying to dispel some of the myths and misconceptions about the Bigfoot. I think we've come a long ways. Some of the educational forums are like the Maricopa District Libraries, and I will be attending several other forums where I'll be doing presentations on cryptozoology, science, and Bigfoot. Now again, I do make enough money to keep myself going in trips to the mountains and buying some equipment and stuff like that. However, it's not oodles of money. The fact that I generate some revenue to keep research operations going irks some people, and I constantly get beat up by making tons of money. If I made tons of money, wouldn't I be driving a brand new truck and towing a brand new trailer and having brand new equipment instead of making my own equipment, doing with an old 86 beat up Ford and stuff like that? Come on. Would I be sleeping in a trailer that can only do 3 if one sleeps on the floor? So, this brings me around to some of the rude viewers of some of the accusations and some of the accusations that they make. One viewer is very unhappy at me because I'm going to be doing meet and greets in various local towns, small towns in the Bigfoot area. And I will be doing interviews and recording their sightings. And I hope to share those sightings with you on YouTube and so forth. So I'm really doing nothing much more than collecting information and sharing it. But she thinks I sold out for 5 minutes of fame, so she's dropping me from her subscription. Well, all I can say is bye. Another is accusing me of hoaxing because I had no game camera footage or surveillance footage of the Bigfoot during the night when the face was left on the ground near the dump. He states I have 6 weeks to prove him wrong. Well, I explained in the videos. We traveled from Mesa to Show Low in, the first half of the day. My son was sick, and therefore we decided not to stay there and get sick too. So we turned around and we headed for the hot zone. We got 20 miles out of the hot zone, and by this time the sun was going down. We were tired and we were hungry, and so we decided just to be able to pull over, stop, have some dinner, and go to bed. Now, we had just gone through a small town, and we really didn't know that we were close to the dump. So we pulled over. We basically made dinner, and we ate it, and we made room for the beds, and we went to sleep. I didn't put out any cameras because I didn't expect anything to happen. It was quite a surprise to me when I started hearing the whistles, and when I started when we found the face on the ground. Okay. So, how was I to know? And again, I'm not perfect. I make mistakes, and no, I didn't put out the cameras, and yeah, I probably lost a good opportunity. But that's worth calling me a hoaxer over and threatening to desubscribe or drop me, well, all I can say is don't watch. And I have run into people that say, well, how can I not watch? And I say, well, if and I tell them that if they can't stop themselves but yet want to rag on me, I'll do them a favor and I'll block them. That way they won't have to worry about it. At any rate, YouTube pays I should say it this way. YouTube pays for the advertising that goes on to my videos. Okay? The pay rate is somewhere between 0.001 cents and 0.002 cents per view. Okay? That means it takes 10 views to make 1 cent, or at the higher rate, 2 cents. So I guess these people had to get their 0.002 cents worth in and had to speak their mind. Was it worth it? I don't know. I mean, come on. So, I don't take kindly to being called a fraud or a hoaxer. I work my tail off in the mountains, and I go many places that nobody goes. If you think that I am a hoaxer or a fraud, then don't watch. And don't bother to complain, to comment, and degrade me. Because, guess what? I'll just block you. Now, over the years, 8 years now, doing Bigfoot research videos, I've only blocked about 50 people out of almost 3 million views. So what does that say about the folks that I block? Kind of makes you wonder. At any rate, thanks to all of those loyal viewers and researchers. Thank you for the equipment donations and the funding. I will put them to good use, and I will bring you some good videos to watch. Hopefully, we will have some great videos to watch with clear shots of Bigfoot and stuff like that. But in this type of business, there can be no guarantees. But I'll do my best.